hour, we are gathered. It is a wonder and mystery that our paths have crossed, that in the immensity of time and the vastness of space, we have coincided here. I am in awe at the ways in which our lives intersect and intertwine, at the beauty we create when we gather, like the beauty that you just heard from the choir. May our coming together make us more compassionate, more just, more caring, and more loving. May our hearts and minds be open to this offering. I am so glad that each of you are here. Let us worship. Let us marvel at the miracle of being here right now and the mystery that has brought us together. Come, let us worship.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Church of Berkeley. I'm Don Close, and I'll be your worship associate today. This is a welcoming congregation, and we welcome you in the fullness of who you are. We're always trying to welcome and care for one another in the best way we can. As we begin, we want to acknowledge that this church occupies land in Huichin, the unceded territory of the Chicano-speaking Ohlone people. We understand that we continue to benefit from the seizure and occupation of this land. We acknowledge and embrace our responsibility to take restorative action. We affirm that this is deeply felt and commit our congregation to be in right relationship with Indigenous communities, aligning in solidarity, supporting Indigenous projects, and caring properly for the land. Now let us kindle our chalice flame with these words by Cynthia Landrum. For the wonder and inspiration we seek from sun and stars and all the lights of the heaven, we light this chalice. We also pause to remind ourselves of some of the foundations of resilience. With Reverend Michelle, we light a candle of courage, a candle of acts of service, a candle of fellowship, and a candle of hope. May we find and cultivate these foundations of resilience in ourselves and in each other.
This morning marks the third Sunday in the season of Advent. In the Christian tradition, Advent is the beginning of the church year, recognizing the transforming power of God in the world and looking forward to the birth of Jesus and celebration of spiritual light. Each week until Christmas, we light a new candle on our Advent wreath. When so much asks for our attention, the lighting of one candle after another reminds us that this season must pass in its own time. Birth, or the birth of anything, cannot be rushed. We have a choice to be awakened and fully inhabit our present moment. The light of Advent grows brighter and brighter as we celebrate our coming together as a community. This morning, we light the third purple candle. We light this candle as a symbol of joy. Not just any simple cheer, but the experience of joy that cannot be contained. Advent asks us to proclaim our gladness and joy as a gift to the world, even when sorrow and uncertainty may abound. May we share our hearts through our words, our music, and the way we live our lives. Let the fullness of our joy lead to more freedom and peace in the world. And now, let us join together in an Advent hymn, People Look East. Please rise in body or in spirit. It's number 226 in the gray hymnal, and the words will be on screen.
Sing today.
Please join with me in saying our covenant. Love guides this church. The truth for quest and justice is common purpose. To give thanks, listen deeply, speak with care, honor our differences, and seek and grant forgiveness. These things we covenant with one another.
Program, and Alice Lemieux is here to tell us all about it.
Sorry about that. Will the K1 OWL class and their facilitators please come forward? Over the last 12 weeks, we've had a very special class here at UUCB. We lovingly call it OWL, Our Whole Lives. This is a sexuality education program that begins in kindergarten and spans into adulthood. This year, we had 4 wonderful children from the ages 5 through 7 take part in OWL. The children learned about birth, babies, bodies, and different kinds of families with their teachers Paul Hudson, Megan Haley Dunsheath, and Jillian Boley. In addition to class sessions, the program also helps parents answer some of the tough questions that come up at home in developmentally appropriate ways. Today, we honor our OWL grads. We celebrate their learning, their growing bodies, and their caring hearts. Their teachers have some words to share. The children also have something to share with the congregation. And then we will invite everyone to join us in blessing this wonderful OWL class.
So guys, hey, it was so much fun helping you learn about human bodies. We learned a lot about human bodies, right? Yeah. And family relationships. Thank you for singing and listening and for stories and drawing fantastic pictures, for bringing pictures of your family, and especially for our great talks about so many things. We had fun, right? Yeah.
So is that on? Can you hear me? Oh, there we go. So this afternoon, we get to have our last class together, and it's bittersweet. I'm feeling a little sad, but I'm also looking forward to celebrating everything that we learned together. So we're going to celebrate with laughter, art, and of course, good food.
As we learned about our bodies and about families, we also talked about the different kinds of feelings that we might have when things change in our families, and that it's pretty normal to have different feelings at the same time. For example, feeling excited about a new baby in the family, and also feeling jealous that you might have to share the attention that you're getting from your parents. And so I think now we're going to share a song with the congregation, and we would like you to all participate. You know it. This song is about our feelings and showing them.
All right, so our owl kiddos, let's stand up. We're going to show the adults. Remember doing if you're happy and you know it? Okay. Okay. All right, so we're going to really work on showing that.
So I think everyone should.
No, Mike, you've got to be in the mic at all times.
I was going to say, you might want to stand up for this song so that you can really show your feelings. It's kind of up to you, but I would encourage you to stand up.
If you are willing and able.
Yes.
All right, so we're going to sing if you're happy and you know
Yeah,
it.
so you guys started off.
Ready? 1, 2, 3. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, and your face will surely show it. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. Angry. If you're angry and you know it, stomp your feet. If you're angry and you know it, stomp your feet. If you're angry and you know it, and your face will surely show it. If you're angry and you know it, stomp your feet. Sad. If you're sad and you know it, do your thing. If you're sad and you know it, do your thing.
Do your thing.
If you're sad and you know it, and your face you want to show it. If you're sad and you know it, do your thing. We can't end on that. No. Let's end on, what do you want to end on? What feeling? Happy? Okay. Ready, go. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, and your face will show it. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands.
Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much, children, for that wonderful song, and thank you so much, congregation, for being so supportive. I will never think of that song the same way again. And yes, we're so proud of this class, and we would like to bless them now with these words that will now appear on the screen.
Will you join us in saying the following? We give our thanks to our OWL facilitators for helping our children learn about human sexuality. We rededicate ourselves to supporting the children of our congregation in the ongoing process of growing up healthy and confident. We rededicate ourselves to being responsible parents, guardians, teachers, role models, friends, and supporters of you. May you all be blessed with our love. We love you so much. We're so proud of you. You're so special and unique, each of you. Oh. As a reminder of all that you have learned together, you're going to get a special gift at your class today, and I'm so excited for it. Congratulations. We look forward to continuing our journey together with you. And because I have something that I'm not going to be able to be at your celebration with you, your teachers are going to have your gift at your celebration. But we have to give your teachers a gift too. So would your facilitators come over here so that I can give them their gifts? Thank you very much. These are some little chocolate owls.
Girl Scout.
Thank you very much.
And we can't let this happen without a huge thank you for Alice, who coordinates our OWL programming. All right, let's now sing our young ones to their celebration chapel for the day with Now Let Us Sing. Keep an eye on the screen. The words aren't in the order that you remember.
Sing to the power of the joy within. Sing to the power of the joy within. Lift up your voice. Be not afraid. Sing to the power of the joy within. Sing to the power of the love within. Sing to the power of the love within. Lift up your voice. Be not afraid. Sing to the power of the love within. Sing to the power of the hope within. Sing to the power of the hope within. Lift up your voices. Be not afraid. Sing to the power of the hope within.
Brian, can you play? Yes. Can we get the A to sound, please?
Welcome to our dinner party.
I give it back to you. Oh, this is bright morning stars. I'm going to do you the E. Is that good? Okay. All right. Deborah, you start.
now invite you to sit back in your seat. Feel its comforting support beneath you, behind you, holding your body gently. Close your eyes if you wish, and take in a deep breath. Hold it, feeling it, that breath filling your lungs, and then release it. Breathing deeply, breathing in peace, letting that peace infuse you, reaching out from your body, out beyond the boundaries of your body, through the walls around us and roof over our heads, out into the sky, and out further into this space through which our beloved blue home moves. Pause and float in that space. I invite you to pause and float in that space for a moment as we sit together in silence. When you are ready, open your eyes and take in some deep space images from the James Webb and Hubble Space Telescopes, accompanied by the music from some of our fabulous musicians.
In this reading, I'm joined by Sandy Portillo Robbins. Out of the Stars by Robert T. Weston. Out of the stars in their flight, out of the dust of eternity, here have we come. Stardust and sunlight, mingling through time and through space.
Out of the stars have we come, up from time. Out of the stars have we come.
Time out of time before time, in the vastness of space. Earth spun to orbit the sun. Earth with the thunder of mountains newborn, the boiling of seas.
Earth warmed by the sun, lit by sunlight. This is our home. Out of the stars have we come.
Mystery hidden in mystery, back through all time, mystery rising from rocks in the storm and the sea.
Out of the stars, rising from rocks and the sea, kindled by sunlight on earth, arose life.
Ponder this thing in your heart. Ponder with awe. Out of the sea to the land, out of the shallows came ferns.
Out of the sea to the land, up from darkness to light, rising to walk and to fly. Out of the sea trembled life.
Ponder this thing in your heart. Life up from sea, eyes to behold, throats to sing, mates to love.
Life from the sea, warmed by the sun, washed by rain, life from within, giving birth, rose to love.
This is the wonder of time. This is the marvel of space. Out of the stars swung the earth. Life upon earth rose to love.
This is the marvel of life, rising to see and to know. Out of your heart, cry wonder, sing that we live.
Why don't you go back to the last of the space images? That was just awesome. Yeah, we'll just stay there. How often do you feel a sense of wonder or awe? What sorts of things bring you a sense of wonder? So the Greater Good Science Center, which happens to be here in Berkeley, came up with a quiz to determine how awe-oriented you might be. Let me read you some of the statements and think about how true each of them is for you. I'm fascinated by people, music, art, or nature that evokes a sense of wonder in me. I seek out experiences that are unpredictable or out of my comfort zone and experiences that challenge my understanding of the world. I look for moments that inspire awe in me. I often get surprised or moved by things I see or experience. I feel a positive emotional connection to nature. When I see someone do something incredible, I feel tingles down my spine. When I see natural beauty like Niagara Falls, I feel like a child who is awestruck. I take many opportunities to explore the beauty of nature. I can easily think of someone who impresses or inspires me. I often marvel at how amazing it is to be alive. I often feel what can only be described as childlike wonder. Were some of those true for you? A number of them, perhaps? Or perhaps not as true for you? You know, wonder and awe can be a weird and slippery thing, and how we express it can change over time also. During some seasons when I was on the East Coast, I've noticed these itty-bitty frogs jumping around in the grass. We're talking like half an inch long, that I can only describe as a froglet. I think they are adorable, and I'll be squatting down, following them around and giggling like an idiot, while thinking I probably look like a childish nut to anyone who sees me doing it. But this is perhaps what they mean by childlike wonder, and I'm afraid that we lose it when we turn into proper grown-up adults. I certainly did lose it for a time. I had to find it again. Or at least we lose it and we may be afraid to let it out in public. What brings you wonder? And what gets in the way of your experiencing wonder? Wonder and awe are actually distinct emotions from the other standard emotions. Anyone seen the movie Inside Out? Okay, if you haven't, go see it. It's really amazing. Joy, sadness, anger, fear, and disgust. Those are the 5 emotion characters in the movie Inside Out. And they're based on psychological research on the core emotions. But there is actually a 6th core emotion. And it was originally in the movie script for Inside Out, but they combined it with fear to make for a simpler character set. That emotion was surprise. And that's the emotion that I connect with those gasps of wonder and the moments and mysteries that are all about the awe that we feel. And you know, in that movie, I think something got lost when they merged surprise with fear, because fear is a totally distinct thing, and surprise got lost when that happened. So here's one possible definition of awe. This is from Dr. Keltner. Awe is the feeling we get in the presence of something vast that challenges our understanding of the world, like looking up at millions of stars in the night sky or marveling at the birth of a child. When people feel awe, they may use other words to describe the experience: wonder, amazement, surprise, or transcendence. There are some bigger touchstone kind of moments of wonder that many folks describe as awe and wonder inspiring. The birth of a child often comes up. All of pregnancy, for that matter. Okay, maybe not all. Let's leave the unpleasant stuff like morning sickness that is really 24/7 sickness. Aside from that, pregnancy is wonder. Many folks find wonder when looking at deep space photos, and I'm guessing many of you may have experienced that here during our meditation. And there are the less common astrological events that also often bring a sense of wonder. The Sputnik satellite first going across the night sky, Halley's Comet, asteroid showers, the video feed of the first human steps on the moon, even seeing the northern lights. And also solar eclipses, especially total solar eclipses. Last one was 2017. When's the next one? 2024. April 4th, 2024. So mark it on your calendar now, because that's not getting rescheduled. Exactly. So I wasn't expecting the wonder when I took a trip to be able to be in the path of totality for the 2017 total eclipse. I just thought it would be super cool to experience, and I wanted to be there. And yes, it was super cool and exciting, and the excitement mounted as the moon made it into position. Although I will say there was a BFC that almost got in the way. That's a big fat cloud, in case you're wondering. But it moved in time. And I wasn't expected for what happened when the moon finally totally covered the sun. As the moon moved into place and we took off our protective glasses to look at it with our bare eyes, I felt tears flowing down my cheeks. And yes, there were tears of joy and excitement, but really, they were tears of wonder. I couldn't form words and was just gasping inarticulate sounds. And I sat there nearly breathless during the entire time of totality and was nearly paralyzed there in the grass. After the moon moved along and everyone began standing up and getting ready to walk away, I still couldn't move. I was just absorbed by that moment and the experience that had just happened to me. And you know, I wasn't the only one either. The sounds people were making all around me during the time of totality, also inarticulate sorts of sounds, confirmed it. It was some form of wonder for folks all the way around. Did you know there are folks who chase total eclipses to be able to taste that feeling again? They plan trips, they plan cruises, because most of the eclipses take place over the ocean. They plan cruises and boating trips to be in the path of totality for eclipses. The experiences are that powerful. The next one to hit the US, April, you said it was 4th? Yeah. April 4th, 2024. And I hope that as many folks as possible will be able to see it. It's cutting all the way across the country. And something like 7 minutes of totality is what's predicted. I love that they have computers and stuff that can figure this out. Isn't it awesome? But I'm a nerd. Okay. But that also speaks to the process of seeking out things that bring us wonder and knowing ahead of time when they might happen. Knowing what kinds of things lift us from our mundane days, things that challenge our understanding of the world in some fundamental way, moments that take our breath away. It's knowing what sorts of things that might do that for you and then seeking out those moments, as well as noticing those moments when they happen, like the little froglets in the grass. But there are other things that get in the way of our finding and experiencing wonder. And a big one of those is complacency. It was just a flash of green. Not just, though. I was spending my summer in Nicaragua, the land of many volcanoes, volunteering with a service and development group from North Carolina, doing work in the capital of Managua. We went to different locations in the community where we would frequently get into the group's rather well-kept pickup truck. I got to drive it, by the way. Driving down some marginally paved roads, dodging the cows on the road along the way. I marveled at the many new things to see, like the active volcanoes that we would pass that would actually be expelling smoke many days, and the different feel of the plants and the animals. Now, you know when you'll see a small flock of birds start for some reason, they'll be sitting in a tree, and then I guess one gets it through their head that they need to fly, and then all of a sudden the whole flock flies, right? I bet that, like me, when you see them in your mind, they are black or dark in color. They're just some nondescript color, right? But when I saw them in Nicaragua's countryside, they were green, wild parrots. Green with maybe little flecks of other colors on their shoulders, red, blue, and orange, wild parrots. It was the coolest thing in the world, a flock of wild parrots flying around. I can hardly begin to describe the joy and pleasure from this experience of unexpected beauty. Unexpected because it defied the ruts in my mind that imagine birds only in a certain way, and totally beautiful in their color and their special place in the beauty of the world. I felt connected with the birds, the Nicaraguan trees and plants, and even the crazy volcanoes. I got to walk on one day. Yes, an active one. As I was having one of my many happy fits from seeing one of these flocks of parrots, Pat, one of the long-term members of the community, looked at me and said this in an absolutely flat voice. Yeah, I got used to it years ago. I don't even see them anymore. I felt totally sad for her. Not that she had to feel what I was feeling, but for the loss that I heard in her voice. She had been just as excited when she had first seen them, but had since lost that entirely. The beauty of those marvelous green birds was gone. The wonder of it was gone for her. It makes me wonder what beauty and mystery that I have lost, that I once saw but no longer seem to notice. Joy and beauty that have been gone for so long that I've forgotten what I've forgotten. What sort of things get in the way of remembering? What gets in the way of our noticing, of our experiencing the beauty and wonder of the natural world, or really of anything? The way human brains are wired probably doesn't help. Our brains tend to remember things that are first and last. So after the newness of an experience wears off, we stop noticing it. Our brains stop using the energy to notice it. But you know, it's more. I can get so busy and distracted that I forget things that aren't right in front of me, that don't grab my attention in the same way. Yeah, the parrots are cool, but we've got this super important thing that we need to be doing. And then there is the metaphorical fog. Like the light pollution that keeps the naked eye from seeing the stars. In the same way, near a big city, or even further away from a big city as the light pollution continues to grow. Or even the car windows or train windows between our eyes and the world, the surface of a television screen through which we see the experience happening. Are these making our experiences less real? Are they a barrier between our connection with it, impacting us on some deep level because the experiences get farther and farther away? And my fear is that it's not only forgetting, but becomes that complacency. Not seeing, not remembering, not even trying to see anymore. And complacency isn't something done intentionally, it just creeps in. The parrots just are. I'm used to them. I guess they're just not as exciting or joyful or awe-inspiring anymore. And this is a deeply spiritual issue. That complacency eats away at our souls like a fog made of acid. Not a very strong acid, but acid nonetheless. It just gradually eats away at us. Complacency takes away bit by bit the joy and vitality that the experiences of wonder that things like parrots can bring us. Because seeing and remembering are up to us. Seeing the beauty of the world, experiencing its mysteries, feeling both the joy and the connections. Countering complacency, first in our own lives, and then in the lives of those around us. Really, it comes down to choices that we make about how we go through our lives and our experiences. I love this quote by Albert Einstein, and it sums it up well. There are only two ways to live your life. One is as though nothing is a miracle. The other, as if everything is a miracle. And us UUs can get stuck in our minds oh so much, looking for rational explanations of things and rational understanding for how things work. Of course the parrots are great, and it's just a flock of birds. It's just a little frog, and there's 100 more that you're about to step on. It's just an astronomical feature of the moon going between us. And the folks in ancient times were just weird to think that the gods had taken the sun away. And oh yeah, we had a baby, and now we're just tired zombie parents. That's one of the ways we can live our lives. I don't know about you, but I don't like that way to live my life. Like nothing is a miracle. The other way, That is what feeds our souls. Like everything, living like everything is a miracle. An amazing flock of green parrots, tiny froglets in the ground, the eclipse that takes your breath away and leaves you having happy moments as you see the eclipse-shaped shadows of light coming through the leaves. Really, there were eclipse-shaped shadows. It was so cool. The utter wonder of pregnancy and bringing a new life into the world. The beauty that you see when you gaze either into deep space images or into the eyes of those around you. All miracles, all wonder. And not worrying about what anyone thinks about our own giggles and fits of happiness. Everything is a miracle. There is wonder everywhere that we look. We just have to orient ourselves to be able to notice it and let it enter into our lives. Look around, and I promise that you'll find some.
This is the time in our service when we invite you to make an offering. With our offering, each of us has the opportunity to recommit to making UUCB a strong and vibrant community. For now, we're conducting the offering in the sanctuary without passing the plate. Instead, you can give either electronically, or you can take a donation envelope from the back of the pew in front of you and place it in the donation box, which sits beside the atrium, the fountain in the atrium. We support our wonderful Good Neighbor organizations through our plate offering. Each week, half our plate offering is shared with a Good Neighbor organization recommended by our Social Justice Council. We're grateful that you continue to practice generosity with our good neighbors through these difficult times. This month, our good neighbor is Urban Tilth. Urban Tilth is an organization founded in Richmond in 2005 that conducts a myriad of programs, including community gardens, classes for high school students, and distribution of fresh produce to local communities. Urban Tilth inspires, hires, and trains local residents to cultivate agriculture, feed our community, and restore relationships to land to build a more sustainable food system within a just and healthier community. Offerings of any value are received with gratitude. Thank you.
Prepare ye the way of the Lord, make straight in the desert a highway for our God.
Please join me in dedicating our offering. We dedicate our offering and ourselves to the mission of this congregation, to create loving community, inspire spiritual growth, and encourage lives of integrity, joy, and service.
It has been fabulous being together today, and we have lots of chances to be together again over the next couple of weeks. Next Sunday during the worship service will be our Christmas pageant, so I hope that you'll be here for that. There'll be lots of opportunities for anyone who would like to participate. And then next Sunday at 4 p.m., I hear there's something happening. What might that be? The annual, it's back, Messiah Sing-Along Fundraiser, 4 p.m. next Sunday. Be sure to get your tickets. It'll also be live streamed so that you can experience it whether you're here or can't be here at that time. And then during the week on Wednesday, December 21st, we'll have a winter solstice service here at 7 p.m. And then, of course, Christmas Eve services at 5 p.m. and 10 p.m. And just in case you wanted an extra service, this year Christmas Day falls on a Sunday. So we will have a worship service here at 11 a.m. And as well, we are participating in a collaborated service with other UU congregations in the area that will be available online on Christmas Day as well. So lots of stuff. And one more, we had a bunch of folks who were here yesterday making holiday bags for our esteemed elders 90 and better. So stop by the table in the atrium to pick up bags and addresses that you would be willing to deliver. Pastoral care folks will also be delivering bags to members they know have been having a difficult year. All right, let's sing ourselves out today. Please rise in body or in spirit, and we'll sing Wake Now My Senses. Fabulous song about wonder. The words will be up on screen. Remembering that the universe is so much larger than our ability to comprehend, let us go forth from this time together with the resolve to stop trying to reduce the incomprehensible to our own petty expectations, so that wonder, that sense of what is sacred, can open up our minds and light up our lives. Blessed be.